Ugh. Oh no. Shoot. Stop. Take a breath. Take a breath. Guten Tag, meine Damen und Herren. Okay, so I have been living in Germany for almost a year now. My original plan was to make videos about like documenting my whole year, and that didn't happen. So now I've kind of decided to kind of make a summary, a little diary summary thing of what's happened this year. So I guess, yeah, I don't know, I wanna be talking about the best and the worst things about living in Germany, or mostly just, I don't know, my experiences, things I've learned, things I've noticed, just little differences and similarities, I guess. So what I wanted to talk about today is something that everybody has to do all the time in order to survive, which is go to the grocery store and buy food. This may seem like a very simple task, and I mean essentially it is, but in a different language, of course, it's always a little more difficult, and also when there are some different rules. One thing that's very different that I love is that in Germany, all the prices of everything, no matter like where you're shopping, grocery store, clothing store, anything, the price that you see is the price that you pay, the taxes included, all of that. And at a restaurant, like the price you see is the price you pay, which is just very, very nice. There's a huge variety of grocery stores. A lot of them are much smaller than grocery stores in the US. So there are like some fancier ones, some less fancy ones. I mean, we have Aldi, that's German, that's also in the US. There's from that where you buy like, I don't know, things pretty cheaply to some fancier upper class ones. I go to the nearest one to me. It's about a 7-minute walk, and it's one of the higher end-ish ones, unfortunately for my wallet, but I mean, it's not that much of a difference. One of the things I've noticed is, so when you walk in to a grocery store, they always have like a gate preventing you, so once you go in, like you can't leave. I think it's to prevent theft, I guess. I don't really know. So you can grab a basket, or you can take a cart, but if you want to take a cart, they all have like these little connector thingies. So if you want to take a cart, you have to put in a euro coin so that you can get the connector out and take it. So I mean, it's like a little deposit so you don't steal it, I guess. But I don't know, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, it's just annoying. If you want to use a cart, you always have to have a coin on you. So some of the food things, they do not refrigerate milk and eggs frequently. You'll just see them sitting out on a shelf, which apparently is sanitary enough, but not for in my mind. I'm like, ooh, like those things should be refrigerated, but I guess they don't have to be. Also, you'll see a lot of variety of different meats. They're really into different types of sausages, sliced deli meats, and just weird looking stuff. There's this one thing that's like so gross. It's like gel. Basically, it's like a clear gel, and then there's bits of meat and vegetables and stuff in it. I have no idea what it's called, and I don't ever want to experience it. Okay, so obviously there's a lot of beer in the grocery store, and it is unbelievably low priced. Like alcohol in general here is just crazily low priced. Also just the alcohol culture here is very different. It's just a much bigger part of living. So that's nice. I enjoy that. Now comes the very exciting part of the German supermarket life. So you get to the checkout. Finally it's your turn, and you're like, hello, hi. And then the cashier starts ringing your things through. And they suddenly like grow bionic arms or something. They're like, pew, 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 everything just shoots through. I don't know. It's terrifying. It's like they're on a mission. Everything's a competition. They just slide all that stuff through in about 3 seconds. And then there's this pressure because then you have to run around to the other side and start bagging your things, because if you don't, then people behind you get really pissed. So the cashier's like throwing the stuff through, and you're putting it in your bag frantically, and then they tell you how much it costs. And everyone here pays in cash, and I am still using my American brain and like to pay with card for everything. So you always have to think ahead and make sure you have the right amount of cash. And then they love exact change, and if you don't give exact change, they'll ask you for like, oh, do you have like 3 cents? You're like, I don't know, I'm panicking, I'm trying to get all this stuff in my bag, and it's just a stressful experience. So those are, I guess, some of the main differences between grocery shopping in the US and in Germany. I don't know, I mean, it's always kind of exciting to do it here. It's a little something new. Okay, so now it is time for the German word of the day. And my German word of the day today is Eichhörnchen. It's one of my favorite words in the German language, actually probably my favorite. And it means squirrel. So, kind of a strange word to have as my favorite, but I don't know, I just really like Eichhörnchen. I really like words that have umlauts in them, the two dots. Even though they're harder to say, they're also more fun to say. I don't know, so Eichhörnchen, squirrel. So it's also a funny word because Germans have a hard time saying it in English. They're always like squirrel, squirrel. So that's also entertaining. Okay, so there is my first little installation in my journal or diary or whatever of over my year here in Germany. Hopefully I stay industrious and actually get these out in my last few weeks here in the country. I just feel like it'd be a really nice way for me to kind of wrap up this year and kind of reflect and review and see what I've learned from this year. So anyway, thank you for watching, and hopefully there will be more to come soon. We'll see. All right, Wiedersehen.